homeowners, many of whom fell in love with Fairborn when they came here on holiday from the Midlands. In essence, exactly the kind of people that Arthur MacDougall wanted to experience a better quality of living.
After our walk, we went to our lodgings that overlooked the estuary.
Trapped between mountain and water.
My head was spinning. I'd only ever known the city. The clatter, the noise, the dirt. Here, all this open land, well, it wasn't really for me.
Exactly so.
I was born and bred in Lancashire, like my dad and granddad.
You'd have to leave them behind.
But a house, all of our own, no money troubles.
George.
The thought of selling Betty. The thought of her not having to fret about where the next bit of brass were coming from.
George.
What?
You mustn't build here.
Why?
It isn't safe. Oh, render a pity, oh dear.
Enough! You're nothing but a niggle, an inkling. Betty would have a warm glass of milk and think on it, so that's what I did. The room was nice enough, overlooking the sea, but the bed were right small. My feet dangled over the edge.
George.
Funny thing about being in the middle of nowhere is the second you lie still, you realise how bloody loud it is.
Shh. Everyone is sleeping, but their dreams are haunted.
I couldn't sleep because of the waves, the clock on the mantelpiece. Stone. Grind. Tick.
Rest in my curves and contours.
Stone. Grind. Tick. Stone. Grind.
Trapped beneath the waters of Cardigan Bay lies the fertile land of Pantref Gwaelod, and within the seabed is buried 100 tiny villages. Once those medieval villages thrived.
Women with duck eggs.
Children eating cow's poppy.
Men filling tables with meat.
Children eating crispels.
People walking hand in hand. Children playing hopscotch.
No time for that. I need you to see the king.
The king won't be found in the dirt of a marketplace.
An excellent observation.
What on earth?
The girl is called Eira. It's Welsh for snow. Climb onto her back.
Not in your life, no.
Don't be afraid. Hold on tight. Up you go.
I'm not very good with ice.
From up here, you may admire the beauty of my coastline.
Whoa. It's lovely, yeah? Where are we going?
King Gwyddno Garan has no interest in the villages, in his people. He prefers to stride across the mountains writing ballads. See, on the outcrop.
His beard's 10 times longer than mine. Can we go down? Say hello?
No time. Fly on. The land was so rich and fertile that 1 acre of the field was said to be worth 4 elsewhere. A great wall ran the length of the kingdom. Wait, let me show you. Eira, dive.
Oh my. The water is too close. I won't be able to.
Yes, you can. Break after break after break. Break are all breaks. The sea wall ran the length of the kingdom. For years it held back the sea, but Garanir had no interest in its upkeep, And so he placed the responsibility in the hands of a man called Cite. That'll do, Ira. You go. Get your face out of the feathers. I want you to see the coastline, the country, Ireland, France, Spain, Europe, America. Ascend to the white fire of the stars. What do you see?
The world. One world.
One timeless, tiny, blue planet.
Where are we? Hello, no star.
This is Safe Bending.
No, thank you.
You should dance. Hey, dance like we can.
Cite was incompetent, a wastrel. He neglected his responsibilities as steward to this land, which meant that the sea wall. Let me show you.
Could I walk there?
It's right behind you.
Oh, good. It looks sound.
But over the years, the sea wall eroded. The king sang his songs and Cite continued to dance, drink and whore with no care for the tomorrows. Until one night, in the depth of winter, the waves blackened and grew in height. And the sea wall
Water.
all the villages were lost to the waves.
The stones.
On moonlit nights, you can still hear the bell tolling and the horses as they try to carry people to safety. George, this is what happened here. Man was negligent. It must never happen again. 120 years after the creation of the village, unless action is taken soon, the UK will have its first so-called environmental refugees.
Water. Clinging to pillow. Thinking of the seagull's wings. Have you gone? Have you?
For now,
Next morning I went for a walk to the mountains. I went from Holland. Old gold mining country. The sun came out and the land were lit in a splendid light. The grey was replaced by greens and blues and there was shimmer on the water. The best spot were a high piece of land that overlooked the sea. It was all as nature had intended, open and pure. By the time I walked back to the north in time for dinner, I made my decision. Right. I've been thinking.
Steady now.
This isn't our land. It isn't even our country.
Borders aren't real. Now, drink, man. The train has opened up the world. I'm giving you the chance to start a better one. You know, you won't be a sapling forever.
Yeah, no doubt you'll make a fortune.
Oh, it's not about that. Where do you want your children and your children's children to grow? In the grime of the city, living hand to mouth? This is your chance to become a man of standing, a man of wealth, a man of happiness, a man who is remembered.
I have no care for titles.
George, we took the poor from the countryside into the cities and asked them to build. We gave them jobs, wages, a future.
And so,
I have seen what the dust from mill flour can do to a man's lungs. Now, we need a good dinner. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Drink makes everything possible, doesn't it?
you,
Afraid so.
what happened before was a long time ago.
Not to me.
In this moment, just imagine for a second the possibilities. The world is opening up before us. New towns are being built every day for people to explore. I've only been here for a day and I feel lighter, cleaner. Today, out on the mountainside, it was paradise.
Glad you're enjoying your visit.
He's right. We have to create better futures. If you don't move forwards, you'll become a left-behind landscape, all dried up and wrinkled.
Hey,
The train means, it means everyone can gaze at your beauty.
Right, here we are.
Now, if the houses had 3 stories instead of 2, folk could have a better view of the city.
Marvellous.
Build them here, along this road.
And what shall we call it, the road? Go on, name it, man. Anything you choose.
The beach road.
George.
Simplicity itself.
Beach Road.
Beach Road it shall be. And the houses. Now, how shall they be arranged?
Along Beach Road, there's a grocer, an Indian restaurant, and bungalows.
One long road down the middle.
The breeze from the sea can float along it. The dream was to create utopia on the seafront.
With shops here and here.
And here.
The finest resort for miles around.
And a tram.
A tram?
Yeah, with a tramway built with same brick as the houses. And propelled, joining up to the railway.
Yes, tremendous.
Clever boy.
Thank you.
And eventually we will build a church.
And a beautiful church.
I've always been rather fond of little stone churches.
The church should go here.
No,
Perhaps,
it should go here.
perhaps we can move it out of the village. There's an outcrop.
Perfect.
An agreeable walk on a Sunday.
It should have a large oak turret.
And strong rafters to keep it safe.
And oak rafters.
And little pale green cushions on the pews.
I know a man who can draw up the design. John Bernard. He's eager.
I'll write to him.
You will need a marketplace.
And a marketplace.
A big one.
And a pier.
Do we need a pier?
Yes. To allow the ocean steamers to dock. And an esplanade.
A mile long.
Longer.
It's the finest esplanade ever built.
Very good imagining, George Stevens.
Wait. What will the village be called?
And it's... beautiful place.
Ridiculous.
A fair place.
New.
Born. Fairborn.
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 I won't let you down.
Excellent.
Promise.
Promise.
Cheers.
Cheers. That evening, on the back of a newspaper, we created heaven on earth. We created paradise.
Today, Fairborn is the world in miniature. The utopian dream of a 19th century industrialist. Can Fairbairn survive the 21st century?
You can. Believe.
What?
Before we build, beneath the waters of Cardigan Bay.
What time is it?
It's well past midnight, but beneath the waters.
You're as white as milk flour.
King with no gallon here.
Sit down.
The river flows. Mind my feet. Beneath the waters of Cardigan Bay lies the once fertile land of Count Shrugwaelod. Within it is buried 100 tiny villages. Legend has it.
Legend, George. I don't have time for legends.
The seawall was left to rot. One night, a storm blew in, and
There's always a storm. George, go to bed.
News came in 2014 when a storm hit the Barmouth coastline. Barmouth was flooded. People had to be rescued by helicopter. Just along the coast in Fairbairn, people watched on their televisions. Fairbairn hadn't been touched by the flood, but suddenly it was announced that the local council couldn't afford to pay for the upkeep of the sea barrier.
Deadlines may slip, but the initial assessment is it's a matter of when, not if, the critical threshold is reached.
George, I am made of Precambrian schists and Silurian mudstones with beds of limestone bedecked with Mona marble and jasper. I am a queen, but
you know what's to come.
yes, I know you have the very best intentions.
Yeah.
But I should have known better. Open your eyes, George.
Why? Oh, the light is so bright.
What do you think?
That's well-made glass. Is it
William Morris.
oak rafters?
And pale green cushions.
So, is this?
Go to the doorstep. You were right to build the church here. Excellent view of the village.
This is 1896.
Spring 2021. Years just slip by, don't they?
We did it. We did it. I built all of that.
Most of it, yes.
It's beautiful. It's beyond bloody imagining.
George, it's 2021 and it's happening again.
It can't. There's a wall, I can see it. A good seawall.
I allowed you to take my fields, my marshlands. You helped yourself to the best of me. You promised me it would be different this time.
It will be. The wall is still there.
You promised that the village would be safe. You promised me that mankind wouldn't let me down again.
Nothing has happened.
The floods are coming again, George.
What can I do?
Talk to your children and your children's children. Everyone has become so greedy. Everyone has started dreaming and making and taking, and now the world is dying.
I don't have any children.
You don't have any children yet. We can respond to sea level rise in 3 different ways. Retreat, accommodate, or protect. Sometimes these strategies run simultaneously, but at other times, harder choices have to be made. Decommissioning an entire village has no legal framework. Currently, there are no plans for compensation and no indication of where the community will be rehomed. Why does mankind persistently fail to understand that dreams have a price? Your dream here, another man's dream somewhere else, all over the world. Millions of dreams, big and small, that have consequences. You had so many good intentions, but you didn't think it through. You built on marshland. In 25 years, or sooner, if forecasts worsen, a task force, led by Gwynedd Council, will begin to move the 850 residents of Fairbourne. The whole community. And so begins the washing away of the Fairbourne streets.
No.
How? Shops, roads, homes will be dismantled, turning the village back into a tidal salt marsh. Washing away the curtains and the buttered toast and bedtime stories. Washing away the love letters and flowers and polished tea time plates.
No, don't say that. This is just a dream and I'll wake up.
Washing away the fishing nets. Washing away the Christmas lights and the pink chewing gum underneath the bench. Washing away the visitor train. Washing away Sunday hymns and names etched into the playground bench. Washing away the Wellington boots and the chip shop sign. Washing away the marshes and the rotting wooden fences. Washing away promises made by moonlight. Washing away the canary and the benches that line the prom, who in their own private protest guard the village from the sea. Washing away the white light of morning, sending grey stones skittering across the marshes. Washing away Beach Road, Hail Rowen, Hail Seithendre, Ford Corsen. Washing away Talbot Road, St Cannon's Church.
Stop it. Stop saying these things. I want to wake up.
Only the children smile in their dreams. Adults pull their blankets across their faces and turn their backs on tomorrow. You, mankind, you dreamer, you narcissistic fool, you hoodwinked me with your dreams and dances, your wooden, brick, plastic, technological romances.
I'm sorry. What can I do? What can any of us do?
Climate change is here, in every cup of tea, every meal, every decision to repair a broken gate. While other communities have lost houses due to erosion, none have been abandoned. Sea levels around the UK have risen by 15.4 centimetres since 1900. And the Met Office expects them to rise well over a metre further by 2100. If this projection is right, a child born today will likely see entire communities vanish on coastal floodplains and the sea cliffs bordering much of the British Isles.
An exploring for inch of land. I spent most of my days outside working, growing potatoes, snakes and cabbages, taking stones from the beach and making a pathway to the front door. Every dry day around, building.
George!
I wasn't expecting you to leave Upton.
Oh, this is tremendous.
Oh, Happy New Year to you.
What you have achieved here is an act of collective goodness. You have built with your bare hands An honest place where man can rest. I wanted to create paradise, to say that I can brag with the devils. I saw heaven without ever entering it.
Amen.
The term environmental refugee was first coined in 1976, but it's still not recognized in any of the legal definitions of a refugee. In 1989, Mustafa Tolber, Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Programme, claimed that as many as 50 million people could become environmental refugees if the world did not act immediately to support sustainable development. Today, there are around 26 million refugees fleeing conflict around the world. It's estimated that by 2050, the number of environmental refugees could reach 200 million.
Years passed, and the nights became less surprising. The wife and I slowly became part of the community. We had wonderful times, especially with all the singing at Easter and Christmas. Betty learned how to speak Welsh. I tried. I'm not much of a reader. The church was built later in response to the growing population, to which me and the wife contributed. There were one other night, all the building work was almost complete. We were tidying the site.
It's estimated that by 2050, the number of environmental refugees could reach 200 million. 14 million in Egypt. 15 million in Bangladesh. 30 million in India. 30 million in China. 200 million people with nowhere to go.
Foundation standards.
Leave it! Get inside quickly!
The waves, they were the most surprising. Those brackish creatures sucked up the stones and spat them out across the village. Slabs of water hurling themselves across the buildings. There was nothing you could do. Nothing.
By 1912, the village was finished. During the period after World War I, many plots were sold in Fairborn for the creation of holiday bungalows, particularly along Beach Road.
Survived and completed. Oh, you are a wonder.
Thank you.
King of your castle. When will the windows be added?
At the end of the month. We'll give them a good clean, but we need everything to dry first. Come up. See the view from up here. What do you think?
Paradise.
Every now and then, just as the sun sets into the sea,